I have to maneuver around sleeping puppies. Go get a job. Go do laundry. Hello, fellow book nerds. It's me, Jenna, and I want to talk booky with you. First, in celebration of my first video being published today, I'm going to do an impression of Chandler from Friends dancing. If you want to check it out, I'll put it in the descripties down below. This is a bonus video. Because I'm going to be uploading on Fridays. That way I can spend my weekend communicating with you lovely people. Today, is the day that I reveal my BookTubeathon TBR. If you're interested in the BookTubeathon, I urge you just to jump in, even if it's only one challenge, and I'll leave you all the information you need to know in the description below. The basics of it are this. You've got 7 days to read 7 books, and there are several criteria to help you decide which 7 books you're going to read. If you complete all of the challenges, you get an emailed certificate. I don't know why I'm so invested in this, but it's like, it's going to happen. I even have a little place of honor all picked out. All right. So the first criteria is to let a coin toss decide your criteria. Oh my God, why can't I talk? It's like there are words, but I don't know them. The first challenge is to let a coin flip decide which book you're going to read first. But I am Jenna, so I'm going to kick it up a notch. I downloaded, there's so many lights. I downloaded a random coin toss app on my phone, and I have the 7 books that I will be reading during this BookTubeathon written on paper in no particular order. I would even shuffle it, but then that would take too many hands. And they will go head to head. First, I'm going to determine the order, and then I'll go through and tell you about each book. The first 2 to go head to head. In this corner, the 4 Agreements. And in this corner, Iron's Prophecy. Ding! Heads, tails. First up, number 1 is Iron's Prophecy. The next 2 contenders for second place, still the 4 Agreements, and then the favorite, a selection novella. Tales. The favorite pulls ahead for second place. Next up, we have the 4 Agreements versus Ikigai. Will 4 Agreements ever get its day in the sun? Number 3, Ikigai. We've got 3 rounds down and 3 rounds to go. Heads, yet again, the 4 Agreements. Tails, Beauty and the Beast. Tails. This seems like a statistical anomaly. Maybe I should go buy a lotto ticket. Alright, number 4, Beauty and the Beast. Second to last round, tensions are high. 4 Agreements for heads, the Hunger Games for tails. Poor 4 Agreements will never get read. I'm starting to doubt the validity of the statistics of the app that I downloaded, but that's fine. Number 5 comes in at the Hunger Games. Finally, eternally, forever and always, the 4 Agreements. Heads, with no middle name as tails. Sounded more scary than in this corner. There, that's it. Heads. Finally, the fates see fit to give the 4 Agreements a chance at the championship, which leaves no middle name as last. Now it's time to get to the reading challenges. I should explain this. Tragic accident involving a Snapple bottle and some poor decisions on my part. So it doesn't bend. So it's not like a secret gesture. It's just, it no worky. Now on to the challenges. The first challenge was to let a coin toss decide your first book. Challenge number 2 is to read a book about something you want to do. The Hyperdoc Handbook is an amazing resource written by Lisa Highfill, Kelly Hilton, and Sarah Landis. All of them are lovely human beings, so supporting them and buying this book was super high priority on my list. but reading it wasn't so much. This is actually not in one of the 7. I know, I'm sneaking it in here because I'm going to be reading this throughout the whole week. So this doesn't fit into the coin toss challenge. It's a bonus book. That's right. I'm going to read 8 books in 7 days. To be fair, you're going to giggle. Oh, I just scared the puppy. Bubby, are you okay? And now the jealous one comes. Did you hear me? How do you know the difference between when I'm talking to the camera and when I'm talking to him? Challenge number 3 invites us to read a book and then watch its movie adaptation, one right after the other. For me, the choice was simple: Hunger Games. The reason I'm holding my phone is because it is one of my Audible first loves. This will be a reread for me. I love rereading books, especially books as beautifully crafted as The Hunger Games. I'm looking forward to what I always look forward to, which is the finding the new thing. I can't tell you how many times I've read it, 30, 40, and every time I read it, I find something new. And especially in the first book, I find a lot of foreshadow, and it just warms my nerdy little book heart. And then I will be watching Hunger Games. But listen up, I am doubling down on this challenge. So this is not David's favorite weekend entertainment, because not only am I demanding that we watch the Hunger Games again, I'm going to demand that we watch Beauty and the Beast again. All right, that's challenge number 4. Challenge number 4, read a book with green on the cover. Challenge number 5 has been controversial because it requires you to wear the same hat the entire time you read your book. It's a thing of beauty. This is when you learn what a tricky little pixie I am. Here's the entire book I plan to read while wearing this hat. Challenge number 6 is to read a book with a beautiful spine. You may have figured out by now I don't have a lot of physical books, so I chose the Hyperdoc Handbook. What I love about it is this little detail right here. I think is so sweet. I love the coloring, I love the font, and I love the names right there. The 3rd book I'm going to read is Ikigai. It will be a new read for me, and it is supposed to be all about finding your passion and finding a place where all of your talents collide. All right, the hat is too hot, and I'm interested to see what I can learn from that. Book number 4 is going to be The Favorite. That is from the Selection series. If you haven't read the Selection series, I would highly recommend it. It's lots of fun. The characters are complex. America's Singer is so sassy. I love it. The 4th book I'm going to read is The 4 Agreements. It comes recommended by Brittany Vasseur, and she's one of my favorite YouTubers, so I'm happy to find time to plug that in. It's going to be a new read for me, and I'm really interested in what it is. I'm kind of going in just on a blind recommendation. Believe it or not, I have a physical copy of the next book, No Middle Name by Lee Child. I may have mentioned how much I love Jack Reacher. He's my favorite. This is a new read for me, and after I read this, I get to say that I've read all of the Lee Child Jack Reacher novels and short stories. It's an exciting moment for me. I've never been much of a completist, but this feels right. It was meant to be. You and I will make a pact. And finally, book number 7. I just realized I didn't use the order at all. All of this was for nothing. I just read in order of my script. So I will read them in the order the coin flip gods decided, but I'm going to continue with my description because I'm on the last book anyway. The last book I'm going to read is Iron's Prophecy, and I am so excited to revisit Julie Kagawa's writing style. She paints fairies in these really unique colors and flavors. You feel drawn into the story, into the environment. I am looking forward to that, and because it is part of a series, I'm also looking forward to kind of remembering pieces of the other books as I listen to this one. Now that I know what order I'm going to read the books in, I'm going to create my reading schedule, and I'm going to throw in some self-care, like some sweet pampering. I'm thinking fancy herbal tea and foot baths and face masks. I'd love to know how your reading schedule and how you plan on getting all of your reading done. The problem with being a newbie is that you have no idea if you are committing a faux pas. Like, I don't know if it's like rude to be like, hey, put your content into my playlist. I've started a BookTubeathon playlist on my channel. If you want your video added to that playlist, just go ahead and leave the link to your video in the comments down below and I'll add it. I'd love to know what you plan on reading and how you figured out your TBR and how are you going to take care of yourself during this BookTubeathon. Whether you're a booktuber or a book viewer, thanks for taking the time to watch my video. I got cut off. I have to have my arm like this, otherwise this all goes wonky, but I just wanted to say thanks so much and take care of yourself. Mwah!